Hi, it's Jill again. I wanted to tell everyone that it is the 3-year anniversary of my back surgery today. And I thought today would be a wonderful day to talk about how it happened, so that if there are people out there who are having a back surgery soon, they can have this information and then maybe it's not so scary. Okay, so it's been 3 years since my back surgery, and on the day of my back surgery, I woke up to this lovely drink. Ensure makes this pre-surgical drink. I don't think it has any protein or fat, or any other of those nutrients, but it does have carbohydrates and sugars in it, like glucose, things like that. And the point of this is to help you recover after surgery. Apparently, it used to be that you couldn't have anything to eat or drink for 8 to 12 hours before surgery, but those indications have changed in the past years or recently, and they say no solid foods within 8 hours, but no liquids within 2 hours. This, if you drink it within, 2 hours or more, it should clear your stomach prior to surgery, and then you're good. So I had this early morning, so probably 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning before my surgery, and then we headed to the hospital. I went to the pre-surgical waiting room and checked in, and then they took me to the pre-surgical suite where I got my IV and and I met with my surgeon prior to the surgery. Now I was really nervous prior to my surgery, but the nurses were fantastic. I also had the surgery in the hospital where I worked, so I did have that added comfort because the the nurses the nurse that started my IV was also a nurse that I knew. So I did have that comfort, and I know that these people are just there to help. I know that because I'm one of those people, and it was wonderful to have those people around. Even the people I ran into there that I didn't know were just the kindest people ever. So yeah, that was how that started. So this is actually in the pre-surgical suite as well. I was a little bit worried, and I think I posted this on Facebook prior to going in, but I was like, here I go, guys. Because I was kind of sharing everything with my friends and the people at work. I had been gone from work on disability for like 3 months at this point in time, and I had some coworkers who were pretty worried about me at this point. So when this happened, I was keeping people updated on where I was in the process, so they didn't worry. And keeping people updated is a nice thing to do. Okay, this is where the story gets a little bit. So they took me into the surgical suite, and I counted backward from 10, and I was out of it. Woke up in post-surgical suite. In the post-surgical suite, I was really fuzzy, coming out of anesthesia, but I was told that before I went home, it was my mission to make sure that I urinate. That's their indication that my body is working correctly. So that's my job. Make sure I urinate, and then I can go home. So my nurse asked if I was in any pain, and I will not sugarcoat it. It is a painful surgery. A microdiscectomy, essentially what they're doing, they do have to drill through the bone. So that does hurt. They do give you ample pain medication to deal with that, but it is painful. So while you're waiting for doses of pain medication, you are in pain, unfortunately. So the nurse gave me a dose of pain medication, and maybe, I don't really know how long after that, she gave me another dose. It could have been 10 minutes, it could have been an hour. I really have no idea. But like I said, I do remember that it was my mission to urinate. So the moment I felt like I had to urinate, I got up. I asked for help to get up. And I was flanked by 2 nurses on either side. My husband was behind me, manning the back gate, or my gown, as it were. And then the head nurse was in front of me, kind of leading me to the toilet. When about halfway there, I shouted, "I'm nauseous," and one of the nurses grabbed a hold of one of the emesis basin dispensers on the wall and threw one of them in front of my face, and I threw up right there. The other nurse held me upright so I didn't lurch forward when I threw up, and I peed on the floor, which was not one of my finer moments. So that happened, and then I kept the emesis basin in front of my mouth. We continued walking to the toilet. I did my business, and we got back to the bed. I apologized profusely. I was very embarrassed. I think I cried a little bit, and then I heard a nurse on the phone saying, no, she's not going anywhere tonight. So what I found out later was you can't throw up. And I had a depressed respiratory rate, and they were kind of concerned about that. Now, I contribute this to the fact that I had 2 doses of pain injections. I'm not entirely sure what those were. I could probably find that out if I wanted to, but I had 2 doses. They probably depressed my respiratory rate just enough, but I ended up going up to one of the post-surgical floors, and I actually was cared for by some people that I used to work with, so they got to see me looking like this. I'm not going to keep this up here long. Okay, so I did stay on that floor overnight. The next day, after my stomach was okay, I was able to get up and walk around a little bit. I was still in very much pain, and I will say for the next week or 2, it was really, I'll say for the next week, it was difficult to get from laying down to standing. It was painful. I don't like pain meds. I've worked in healthcare for going on like 18 years, and I've seen what opioid drugs can do to a person. I've seen what it can do to patients in the emergency department, and I've seen what it can do to healthcare workers when they get addicted to them. I've actually seen that happen, which is horribly unfortunate when a good, smart, educated person throws away their career and their life to do something like that. So I take those drugs sparingly. They do work. They are necessary, but there is an amount of pain that I will deal with before I take those things. With that, I do want to say that the pain is there. It is something, but at that point you are on your way to recovery, and it does get so much better. And also, this is the point where I want to start thanking the people that were so amazing, who helped me. My primary care physician, who believed me about my pain, who helped me navigate this whole situation, who coordinated my care with physical therapy, getting my MRI, going to war with the insurance company for me, referring me to the surgeon who gave me who actually performed the surgery, the surgeon who performed the surgery, my husband and my father who took care of me in recovery. Thank you so much to everyone from the bottom of my heart. It has been a long road, and I am grateful to you all. Thank you so much.